Welcome to Create Wealth Network, and thank you for purchasing the MacBook. I do appreciate you getting on board. My goal is that this book does wonders for you. So this is the book that you're going to get in your mail. First, let's open it up. We see our affirmatory declaration. Okay, so with the affirmatory declaration, you see over here your name, your phone number, and your email address. All right, so you want to fill those in first and foremost. That's to recognize that the book is yours. And then we're going to get into the affirmatory declaration. I am grateful and thank God, ... Okay, so this is an affirmation. It is a declaration upon yourself. So you're declaring, what you are affirming to yourself, okay? And the first statement that you should have before you write anything in here is I am grateful and thank God. And as you see here, it is written in a type of story format, the affirmatory declaration. And this right here, it takes about the most time. Allocate about an hour to 2 hours to yourself, sitting with your affirmatory declaration, going through it, okay? Every time you open the MacBook, you're gonna read through that, okay? But you're not just gonna read through that, you're gonna read through the whole book. And I'm gonna show you the whole book, okay? So after there, you're gonna get to achieve this year, okay? And achieve this year, as you see, first things first, we write in the year. Currently this year is 2019, and then you write your goals that you want to complete this year. Once the year is done, then you could look at the bottom and you can fill that in. On the first page, if you want, you could fill in your reward and your duty. Your reward is something that you feel that you should reward yourself. If you do complete the goals that you're intended to complete, you should reward yourself. And a duty is something that you've been putting off for a long time, but you know it needs to be completed, okay? We're gonna go over to the next section, which is the books read, okay? So what books are you gonna read this year, okay? Ideally, by the end of the year, we want you to read 10 books, all right? So have 10 books read by the end of the year. If you can't, that's fine, but aim for that goal, okay? And then after that, is the Focus 11, which is for the month. All right, so you're gonna fill in this first month. As we see, we put in month number 1, and then we put what month it currently is, okay? I put January because that's when I started, but if you're getting this book at a later month, whether it's April, May, June, whatever the first month of you getting this book should be written right here, okay? And then you're gonna fill in your Focus 11. For a refresh, the Focus 11 is mental, spirit, physical, financial, relationships, yourself, contribution, new, learn, discipline. All right, so you want to fill those in, something that relates to each of those aspects. And as you see, there's the number 11 down here, right? And you're going to write your reward and you're going to write your duty for this month. But right now, this top number we're leaving blank because we are in a month. So once the month is completed, that's where we're going to go through and see how many of these we have checked off. And then that's where we're going to see whether we can reward ourselves or if we got to go do a duty, okay? We're going to go over to the week, okay? And in a week, we're going to fill in this top part right here. We're going to number in what week it is. So week number 1, all right? We're going to fill in 7 things for the week that we are going to get completed, okay? So you may have some things right off the top of your head that you know that you want to write down, but if you ever do have a mental block and you cannot think of what else needs to get done, that's one of the things what this book is so effective for. What you're going to do is you're going to go back to your Focus 11, okay? And in your Focus 11, you look through these, right? And then see which ones you could break down, okay? And after break them down, right? And then put them into your week. Whether you fill them out or not, it's going to be out of 7, okay? So ideally, you want to fill out all of them, okay? So you're going to go over to the day, the critical 7. We're going to start with the first day over here, right? And then in the first day, you're going to write down your 7 things that you have to get done today, okay? And then after you write in your 7 goals for the day, what you want to do is if you see inside these boxes, I know I have chicken scratch, but try to read it. But they are numbered, okay? And I numbered them after I written the goals. So first you write your goal and then you number them. And you number them in the order that you feel that you're going to get the goal done throughout that day. So after that, let's go back to the beginning. So that night, tonight or tomorrow morning, when you get the book, you're gonna open it up. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna read now your affirmatory declaration. And then after you read through your affirmatory declaration, you're going to go to your achieve goals this year. And then you're going to read through each of these, right? And every time you read it, if one of these things is done, you're going to check it off. Okay. And then after you complete your year goals, reading that, then you're going to go over to your books read, and then you're going to read your book read. After you read your book read, you're going to go into your Focus 11, read through your Focus 11 again. As you're reading through these, if any of them are done, you want to check them off, right? And then you go over to the next section, which is the week, right? And then after you go through your week, again, check off anything that's done. As you're going through that week, you're going to go over to your critical 7 for the day. And then you're going to go through here, check off anything. And more than likely, if it is the end of the night and you have checked everything off, you're going to write in for the next day. Okay, so currently, as you see, these ones are done already. I'm already marked myself over here, 4 out of 7 that day, 6 out of 7 that day. And currently, I'm over here. So when I'm reading my map book, I'm not going to go back and read these. I'm reading the current day. When I go to the week, I'm reading the current week. All right, so I'm not going to be reading this. I'm going to be reading this, the current week. Okay, so when you read the book, you're going to go to whatever current time period it is. So hopefully that's good information for you. You get a good understanding of how to fill in the map book, right? And obviously there's going to be a lot of different content that I'm going to be sharing with you in the Google Drive. So that's pretty much it. That's the map book. That's the introductory. And we'll be going over this week by week. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for getting on board this program. Let's create wealth.